What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about two of my favorites, the Jackal Flash and the Forge Fire. Stay tuned after the intro. Alright, so by now, everyone knows that I love the Jackal Flash. It's been featured a ton on this video. But one ball that hasn't had a lot of feature time on this channel, simply because it came out, a little while ago, is the Forge Fire. It's actually one of my favorite balls that I've been throwing over the last couple weeks. Before we get into all the information about the bowling balls, I do want to let you guys know that I am still giving away any Logo Infusion jersey when we get to 1,000 subscribers. At the time of this video, or the time of shooting, we are at 980 subscribers, so 20 subscribers to go for me to give away any Logo Infusion jersey up to $50. All you have to do to be entered to win is like this video, be a subscriber, and leave any Motiv related comment down below. And if you guys like this jersey or any of the jerseys in my videos, you can head on over to logoinfusion.com, use my promo code LUIS, L-U-I-S, and it'll get you 20% off your entire order. If you like this video, make sure to give me a like, a subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date every time I drop a new video. Okay, so let's talk about the Forge Fire since we've talked about the Jackal Flash plenty. The Forge Fire features the detonator core, which has an RG of 2.47 and a differential of 0.055 in 15 pounds. So what that means for the Forge Fire is that that core wants to get into a roll very early, and it has a very high hook potential because of that high differential. Wrapped around that detonator core is the Infusion Hybrid cover. So it's a very similar cover to what's on the Jackal Flash, except this one is a hybrid version. It comes out of the box at a 4,000 grit laser scan sand, and this, I really like it at that 4,000 finish. So when you combine that cover with that core, for me, I really like it when I can go left to right and shape the ball. The Jackal Flash has the Predator V2 core in it, which in 15 pounds is an RG of 2.47, a differential of 0.054, and an intermediate differential of 0.015. And wrapped around that Predator V2 core is the Infusion Pearl cover. I can actually get deeper faster with the Forge Fire versus the Jackal Flash, because the Jackal Flash, because it is an asymmetrical core, it tends to roll a little bit more forward. Forge Fire, which because it's a symmetrical core, won't roll as forward as fast as the Jackal Flash. Over the last couple weeks especially, I've really liked starting with the Jackal Flash and then transitioning into the Forge Fire. Comment down below if you have either the Jackal Flash or the Forge Fire or both, and let me know how you guys are liking them. I'm going to take you guys out on the lanes now so you can see the Jackal Flash and the Forge Fire in action. I'm going to bowl for you guys 3 full games, and I'm going to switch balls every 3 frames back and forth between the 2 balls. Thank you guys for joining me for this on-lane comparison between the Jackal Flash and the Forge Fire. Now, as always, I'm going to show you guys every single shot, the strikes and the not, the good shots and the bad. I think this is the only way to truly show you a comparison between 2 bowling balls. Now, obviously, it's no secret that the Jackal Flash and me have been really good friends since the release date. What you guys may not know is that when the Forge Fire first came out, I didn't really match up to it a whole lot, if at all, to be honest. But that, I think, had to do more with my rotation. I was spinning the ball a lot more when that ball first came out. Now that my ball roll is more up the back and my rev rate has increased, I have found myself throwing this Forge Fire a lot, especially over the last couple weeks. It's funny how little changes in your game can make a huge difference to whether you like a ball or not, or match up with it or not. I would say that if you don't like a bowling ball right away, don't give up on it. Maybe put it away and come back to it. That's kind of what I did with the Forge Fire. At first, like I said, I didn't really like it. I didn't throw it much. Now, it's like my absolute go-to ball. So the absolute weakest part of my game is when I gotta stand like left of 30 and send it right. And the reason that's the weak part of my game is because I tend to miss fast. Like, I tend to overthrow the ball. So when I get into like weaker pearls, I tend to miss the break point altogether. The Forge Fire, because it has such a high differential and a low RG, it's very hard for me to miss the break point with it, especially when I'm trying to loop the lane. I think between these 2 bowling balls on the fresh, the Jackal Flash is going to be better, but as I get further into the pattern, my opinion, for me at least, is that the Forge Fire will be better for my game once I'm trying to loop the lane. As you can already see in some of these shots, the Jackal Flash is already trying to roll a little bit more forward in the back part of the lane, but the Forge Fire is still coming off that spot wicked violently. Here in this video, we are bowling on a typical house shot. And on the house shot here at Samstown, I really do like the Jackal Flash on the fresh and then transitioning into the Forge Fire as I need to create more angle through the fronts. But that's not always going to be the case where the Jackal Flash is automatically my game 1 ball and the Forge Fire is automatically my late, game 2, game 3 ball. There are certain situations where this could be flip-flopped depending on the pattern that we're bowling on. As an example, if I was bowling on a long pattern, I don't think that I would start with something like the Jackal Flash because it might be too clean through the front. I may have to start with something like an Alpha Jackal or a Jackal Ghost or even a Forge Fire with surface to try to keep my angles in front of me, get the ball rolling a little sooner before it makes its motion to the pocket. And then if I was bowling, let's say at the Open Championships, is another situation where I don't think I would throw the Jackal Flash on the fresh. On something like the Open Championships, the Forge Fire with a little bit of surface might be a better option. And speaking of the Open Championships, as we get closer to the start of the tournament, if we have a tournament, because I still haven't heard yay or nay if we're gonna have one or not, I am gonna post a video on last year's patterns showing you what balls I would take and why. I do believe that the Forge Fire and the Jackal Flash have different enough ball reactions that you can warrant having both of them in the bag. One of the things that I really like about both of these bowling balls is that they're both incredibly versatile when it comes to surface adjustments on the bowling ball. As you guys saw in the previous video with the Jackal Flash with the surface, the ball takes very well to surface. So as we get lower in the numbers like 500, 1000, the ball gets really early, very smooth. And then with the polish, it gets really far down lane and creates a lot of angle. Same thing with this Forge Fire. The more surface you add to the ball, the earlier and the rollier the ball is going to be. And then as we get into the 3000, 4000, even some polish on the Forge Fire, the ball's gonna get really long and create a lot of angle down lane. For me personally, I like bowling balls like this, where I don't have to throw them with the out-of-box finish. I like having that option to change this, go all the way down to 500 and even up to 4000, depending on what I need. So like for me, I get at least one of every single release because I am on staff. So the only thing that keeps a bowling ball in my bag for the long term is that versatility. Now I've already had several people comment as well as post on the Motiv Facebook page asking me about the Fatal Venom and the Forge Flare. And all I have to say about them is that don't you guys worry one bit. I promise you that as soon as I get those bowling balls, I will drill them and I will record the same day to try to get them out to you guys as fast as possible. I am looking forward to see how the Forge Flare rolls compared to the Fire as well as the original Forge. And then the Fatal Venom, I'm very curious to see how it stacks up against the VIP, the Supra, even this Jackal Flash, because they all have that infusion-based cover. I'm not one to look super into the future. I like to appreciate what I have in the now. And let me tell you guys, the Forge Fire for me, I absolutely love it right now. And then I don't have to say anything else about the Jackal Flash. You guys already know how I feel about that ball. Let me know down below in the comments which one of these two balls you think rolled best for me and which one of the two you would consider adding in your bag. When it comes to the finish on these bowling balls, I like the Forge Fire at a 3000 Aberlon, and then the Jackal Flash, I really like it with a 1000 pad and then a compound polish over the top. Well, there you have it, folks. There's my in-depth comparison between the Jackal Flash and the Forge Fire. Let me know down below in the comments if you guys like this video and if you want to see more videos like this in the future. Click right here to watch one of my older videos. Click right here to subscribe. Till next time, guys.